Hi, I thought we'd do a little video column this week about the live stream concert because I just did my first one myself yesterday. And so I'd like to pass on, some things I learned, but, from my own mistakes. So, and some of these are related to some questions that Mr. Bluegrass Manners got over the last couple of weeks. But first thing to understand about a live concert, it is pretty different from a live show. But just like a live show, you need to tell people about it in advance so they know to show up. Facebook and some of these other social media platforms, Instagram, etc., will inform people when somebody is live, but you might want to let them know. So do that. And then when you're performing, I don't know how much applause you're used to getting. Some people get quite a lot of applause. When you perform a live stream, nobody gets any, unless you pack a bunch of people in your room. And if you do that, you're ignoring the social distancing guidelines. You could have an applause track. I don't recommend that, especially not from a large venue like the Super Bowl. So you're going to be greeted with silence after every song. Resist the temptation to say thank you as if you're thanking somebody for applause. It's okay to thank people, but so just keep that in mind. Then don't take it personally if there's silence at the end of your song. And the other thing is jokes. Do you tell jokes on stage? Sometimes they get laughs, sometimes they don't. But in a live stream, they're not going to get any. So resist the temptation to explain the joke. So a joke I told in my live stream yesterday, it's a pretty funny one. And you probably never heard it before, but it's about the guy who, he's a banjo player. He's driving in a bad part of town. He's got his banjo with him in the back seat because the trunk is filled with toilet paper that he's hoarded. But anyway, the banjo's in the back seat, and he goes into a store. He has to stop in and get something. So he locks the car, but the banjo's visible in there anyway. He comes out after just a couple of minutes, and somebody smashed the window. Sure enough, there are two banjos in his back seat. So usually when I tell that joke, it's just very funny. A lot of people laugh, but you're not going to get any laughter. So resist the temptation to say, well, see, went out there and there are two banjos in the back seat. You were probably thinking that somebody had smashed the window and stolen a banjo. You're probably thinking that, but in this case, they put two banjos, and that's kind of the joke, that somebody would break in and put two banjos. Don't explain your jokes. Just move on. So that's the other thing to consider. And the other thing also, all live stream broadcasts need to start like this. You have to come up. Is this set? Okay, yeah, I think whether you need to do that or not, start off that way. That's a really important thing to know. Then how to get paid. You are reliant on online payment systems like Venmo and PayPal, unless you have a way to send somebody into everybody's home, which is just not practical. You could do that, but I recommend electronic ways to do it. Now, a question arose, people asking Mr. Bluegrass Manners about dress code. Specifically, is it necessary to wear pants? My answer to that is no. I feel that I personally wouldn't do it, but I feel it's okay to do a show in pajamas, pajama bottoms, but because it's all about the camera angle. And if you are only visible from the waist up, well, it doesn't matter. Pajamas are fine. Don't have to wear your shoes. Like I say, personally, I wear pants, but I don't think it's absolutely necessary. Just be sure of your camera angle. That's all. So hope that helps, and good luck with your next live stream. Stay safe and well.